guys? JaretCampisi with the beautiful Christina K. Welcome back to another rainy day in central Pennsylvania. We're going to be working on the Panigale today, and our goal is going to be to get the exhaust started. I don't think we're going to put the whole bike back together, but we want to get the exhaust finished and put everything back together enough so that we can start the bike. This exhaust has been by far the most extensive system that we've ever installed. There's a lot of little parts and things you got to get right. So we also have a bunch of parts in the back. We got the headlight, the broken headlight for the Panigale. We got that. By the way, the people who guessed $1,800 for the headlight, which was none of you, it was so
that's how much it was.
It was so expensive. We also have the custom Louis Moto seat cover back there and some other parts, I forget what they are. And Manny, all of the carbon from Manny at Moto Million is on its way. So we're gonna be able to, after we do the exhaust and everything, take the bike, test ride it, all that, then strip it all down and test fit all the carbon and then send it all out for paint. So it's gonna get really, really fun, really, really fast. And I'm super excited. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. All right, look at this. We rolled over. It's, like I said, it's been cold and rainy and shitty outside for what seems like forever. Got a little wood stove going action. Reminds me of throwback to the winter times. We got some sausages. Are these the cheese sausages?
These are cheese. They're not jalapeno cheese. They're
okay,
cheese,
just regular
bratwurst,
cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, they look so good.
So
Dotto just put a whole new fan up there that's not as loud. So hopefully the audio should be better for you guys. And we're ready to rock and roll. So if you remember where we ended in the last video, basically we were looking for a nut for the other side of this, and then Dotto realized, of course, right after we turned the thing off, look, they're built into this here.
The nuts welded on the back.
Yeah, the nuts are welded on
I also
there.
wanted to show something else
Yeah.
with the camera on. So some of you guys commented, dude, I noticed a dent in the exhaust.
Oh yeah, a lot of people were asking about that. Right here?
Yeah. So that's supposed to be there. It's to clear the side stand bracket.
Yeah, and
that's the first thing I said when I unboxed it. I was like, Jaret, was that even there?
it's still not focused. There we go. Holy shit, sorry guys.
It was like that out of the box.
Yeah, so not only is it to clear the side stand, but it's also so that you can get to the bolt on the back of the side stand if you ever have to remove it. So that's why that's there. We also didn't show all this in the other video. This is all for the removal of the charcoal canister. So basically what he did was the main line that went into that got plugged. I can't even find where that is. Oh, I think he stuck it back here. And then all the other lines you just tee into the factory system. So this is how the lines look right here. And then the part that plugged into that purge valve basically just doesn't get used, so we just covered it up and we'll tuck that away nicely. So yeah, today on the agenda is to finish the exhaust installation, and then we should be able to fire it up. There's quite a bit of work left to do, but if we got it started, you saw it already in the intro clip. If we didn't, well, sorry. Also, an update for Christina. She did end up buying her new bike. So
no,
if you're,
we can't say anything.
We can't say what it is because she's so behind. She's so behind on her channel that you're gonna still see the shopping video coming soon at some point. And then after the shopping video, you're gonna see the picking up the bike video. But
yeah,
later this week,
I'm a slow editor. I'm very behind.
we do everything, and she's got more platforms than I do to edit and create content on, including her OnlyFans page. It's always linked in the description below. But wish her congratulations.
Guess what it is?
Try to guess what bike it is. I'm curious.
Which family did I join? A Yamaha, BMW, Ducati,
Aprilia?
Suzuki, Aprilia.
What could it
or
be?
The Vespa family.
What
Who
could
knows?
it be? Who knows? All right, so I'm excited. We're gonna be able to ride with Teener Wieners this summer once we actually get summer. When that actually starts, who knows? I don't think we should do that yet, though.
I know. I'm just prepping the clips.
Yeah.
That's the next thing on the.
Gotcha. Wait, it says to do that before these pipes down here?
To assemble it.
Oh, to assemble it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got this next part all prepped. We got the bracket on loosely. It actually goes all the way around the other side. I'll show you guys that in the future.
And this isn't temporarily.
Yeah, because that's gonna have to come back off again for the rear sets, but for now we want them out of the way. So he already put anti-seize on the inside of the pipe area there. We put all the fittings that go on there, and now he's gotta try and, I was gonna say maybe we shouldn't have tightened those down.
No, I can't do it with one hand.
All right, I'll have to give you a hand. But we're basically gonna fit this thing on here, and then it wraps down around. I'll show you what it looks like.
I got it.
You get him? Got him. And then how do you know how hard, how much to press that up?
Because
when it
this
lines up on the other
seats
side.
in here and stops.
Oh, okay, cool.
So.
Look at that. We're getting there. We're getting there. That's a big piece right there. Look, we only got 2 pieces left, and then the big ass undertail piece.
Another 7 hours.
Oh, and people were asking why we didn't blue these in ourselves. First of all, we've never done that before. I've seen people do it. It does look really cool, I personally prefer the exhaust to color in on their own based on the heat and things like that, because it'll change heat. Usually like the areas where it curves will get a little bit hotter. The straight lines, it flows a little bit better. And then Dado mentioned too, you can even, if you overheat areas, you can screw up the integrity of the pipes, and then you can get cracks and things like that. Whenever.
A lot of guys use MAP gas and get super hot, and this exhaust is designed to get really hot. Like, it can take a lot of heat. However, it's distributed evenly. You're not sitting there torching like this section or this section. Plus,
and it heats up over time naturally with the bike.
That's right. It's not like boom, hit it with 3,000.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? The headers will blue the most first,
obviously.
and then the colors travel
It
back.
works its way out. I personally like to just watch it blue out naturally on its own. Like I said, it looks cool for a video, but it takes a lot of time, and it actually changes colors based on the heat levels. So making it blue isn't the final stage of titanium heat. As it gets hotter, it'll actually go into like purples and then even different colors from there too, all the way back to almost like this, the original color. So when you blue the pipes in, they don't necessarily stay that way forever either. So we just don't want to waste our time with that. It's already enough time on its own. All right, next step was attaching all the springs. They want the final 4 long springs for these guys. Dado's got a beautiful spring tool as well. And there it is. Like I said, he makes everything look easy. It is not. I've put springs on exhaust before. It's a pain in the ass. So that's that. Everything lines up there, and we move it on. So I wanted to show you guys this bracket real quick, because this is the next step they want us to do. So you can see how this bracket here holds on to the other side of that bracket and then comes up here and mounts to the bottom of the, I don't know, shock mount, I guess you could say. But that's a pretty crazy design how they do that. Look at those pipes, man. So it's starting to come together here. And I think next we're gonna be adding to this, I believe. All right, we got everything tightened down right now. Next is to basically put all the pipes together now. So that pipe right there is gonna slide on that side. Then we have our collector pipe right there that's gonna Y onto this. And then literally the next part is attaching the top part up from there. So we're getting there, guys. And Dada was just saying, like, the amount of pipes that all collect right here is insane. And this is, I was wrong when I thought that the underbelly was the same up until this point. All of this is different from the underbelly. So Dada was saying the sound is gonna be totally different. I think he's right. I think this is actually gonna sound totally different. I always think that shorter exhausts are gonna sound better because it's less travel time. And I thought, it's like when you take a muffler off, you know, it sounds like really raw, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be the case. We might still get flames with this thing. We're gonna find out. So he's lubing up the insides of these with his anti-seize, and then we're gonna start attaching some of the final pipes right here, guys. Okay, so we're ready to put the right-hand side, well, left-hand side if you're on the bike. There's even like a little tab here so you know exactly how it slides on.
It's alignment and gives you a little bit of wiggle room, but not much. So before we put the springs on, we'll go to the other side. That went on
Look
really
at that.
nice.
That did go on really nice. And he's been wiping everything down before we install them, the final install, and we'll wipe it all down again before we do that. But
and here's this one's got a tab on there too. This is going to be tough because the pipe angles are a little messy. So
like, dude, like, well, wait. Imagine if it just ended like that and you had like 2 little canisters here. That's how the MotoGP bikes are.
I mean, if we put the fans on, we could fire it up like that.
Really?
It's gonna be insanely loud.
Well, what about putting this on and firing it up? Okay. That way it's not blowing out in our faces. But
definitely want to blow it in there. We'll slide a sausage in here and launch it.
All right, we got the beautiful Christina Kea from editing her shopping video.
Yeah, it's actually almost done.
Motorcycle shopping video. It was a good video. They have some really cool bikes over there right now at Warhorse.
A lot of bikes.
Yeah.
Most bikes I've seen in there in the past 6 years.
Oh, and don't forget, they're going to be doing a open house.
May 13th, Saturday, May 13th from 10 to 2.
There you okay.
Come hang out.
Teens knows. Well, all 3 of us will be. Yeah, all 3 of us
will
will be there. We'll bring some bikes and some cars over. My dad.
If it's raining, we're not going to bring bikes.
That's true.
There's pizza, then I'll be there.
Yeah, there's going to be pizza. So here we go. We're ready for this bad boy. The final bell of the ball.
You want to remove the
yeah. Should we do it?
The earplug?
Should we do it before and after? Or should we just remove them now?
Let me see with the bowl.
It's like a honeycomb.
I actually do like how they look.
Yeah.
But I want flames. Okay, so a quick mention, if you're doing this exhaust yourself, these little fittings right here that go, the metal pieces, I'll show you what. Okay, these right here, they come off the stock muffler and they get reused. They send out other parts. All the stock parts have a letter in front of them, and these are called R3. So we have to reuse all of these. So there's 4 of them off the stock muffler, which is kind of crazy that they use 4 of them, even though it's in a completely different situation or spot. It's uses the same parts. So there you go. There's those guys. And now I think we're ready to sort out the brackets.
When we were looking at the exhaust parts, and I went over there, I was like, hey, I have Honda, Yamaha, and Ducati, and I'm sure other manufacturers literally use the same part.
Yeah.
They're probably just different part number. Ducati's charging $20. Honda charges $7.99. I'm just kidding. So it's pretty crazy because they're literally identical parts.
Yeah. So there you go. We got those, and then I think next we got to figure out the mounting situation. We got to pull out the plugs here, and then they're going to mount in there. All right. So we're starting to tidy stuff up here in the back. The O2 sensor for the right bank actually has to come back around, and now it sits further back than it did before. So he had to pull this out of its harness that sat here, the connector where it plugs in, and he actually wrapped it. Is it Tessa tape that you used, Otto?
What's that?
Is it Tessa tape?
Tessa tape, yeah.
Tessa tape, okay. And then he zip tied it all along there so that it's nice and snug and nice and cleaned up. So that's how that looks right there. I'm not sure where that goes. Probably right into there. Just put it in there. Let's fire that baby up. Next, I think we're actually now at a point where we can install the brackets and then hang this freaking thing. And then we've got all the carbon to do right here, and then we got to start putting it back together. All right, hanging the brackets for the exhaust, the high mount area of the exhaust. Dado's using blue Loctite in honor of Geppetto. We got to keep him proud. I actually did have a guy hit me up who builds the engines for Ducati.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not, they don't actually do them at Ducati. It's the place where they build the engine, or I guess test the engines and do the tunes and all that kind of stuff. He lives in Italy. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
He said he likes our videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to, what's his name?
I forget. I get so many messages I can't remember. But he knows who he is. We appreciate you.
He knows who he is. Hey, bud, you know who you are.
You know who you are. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Tell him to comment on our videos so we can give him a shout out.
Yeah.
Thanks for building crazy engines.
I know.
Bud, thanks for putting a sight glass and blocking it off. Isn't this cool?
Yeah, it's funny.
So they have a sight glass that's not a sight glass. They got to mill this, but I'm sure they use this cover on other bikes too. And some bikes have them on the right, some on the left hand side. And I just noticed that the other day. I'm like,
pretty wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that
Things
is pretty
you
wild.
see when building bikes, man.
Look at the amount of pipes right here. That is insane.
You want to see something crazy?
Huh.
These are star bit.
Oh, really?
Yep.
They would do that. Like, why not just use the same? In case somebody tries to take your bike apart? Is that what they're worried about? They don't have all the parts right there?
They gotta have all the
readily available? Yeah. All right, we got everything prepped. Brackets are on. It's time for the bell of the ball. Look at that freaking thing. Now, moment of truth. Is it gonna fit in a proper position?
No.
Of course not.
Give her a little persuasion.
All right, so there you go. The exhaust is fully assembled now, all the main pieces of the piping. You can see just how intricate and insane this system is. Dado was saying it's 4 into 1 into 2 into 1. That's the setup for the exhaust.
4 to 2
to 1.
So front 2 headers go into 1.
Yeah.
And the rear 2 headers go into 1.
Yeah, so
and
that's 4 into 1.
Yeah, those
go
two
into
go into 1, and then that one comes out into 2.
It's freaking ridiculous. So anyway, this is the last look you're gonna see of all the piping, because next we're gonna put on heat shielding and stuff here. And then we're gonna keep reassembling it until we can start this bad boy up. But you can see now how it looks. I mean, I have to admit it does look better than I thought overall. It's a little bit cleaner, especially from this side. Like if you see that there, like you're gonna see like basically that one pipe and then just the muffler coming out the top. It looks better than I thought. What do you think, Dado?
I think it looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it looks cool. And it's different. We've never done this before. It is a kind of a mind fuck for me. I have OCD, and like this pipe comes out and kind of goes in here crooked. And then the pipe goes straight. So it almost looks like it's not aligned correctly, but it is. It's really weird how that works. In person, it's even more, you can kind of see there what I'm talking about. But yeah, what a freaking exhaust. I can't even imagine the engineers that designed this. Akrapovic, hats off to you guys. Dear God, I would not want to have worked on that project. Got all the heat shielding on, got their rear set back on. He made sure all these wires are routed properly. Next thing he found, oh yeah, that's a smaller heel guard because the other one would slam into this and scratch it all up. This whole rear set's going to be replaced in the future anyway, but for now, we're using those. This is the servo motor plug. They give you a block off little thing for that.
Yeah, it doesn't really
stick on.
It does. Yeah, it clips on.
Okay.
We'll just leave it.
And then we're just gonna continue to tidy everything up. Are we gonna go to the rear sets on the other side?
Yeah,
We'll
once
do
we
that.
complete that, we gotta make sure that the fans are in.
Yeah.
All this guard that I made is off.
Yeah.
We got brackets for the fans,
Yeah.
all the electronics, all O2 sensors, and essentially brackets, and all that stuff. Basically everything that's hanging here.
Yeah.
Before we can even turn the key and fire it up.
Okay, next part is reinstalling the fans. When it comes to reinstalling stuff, it's honestly kind of boring, so I don't show a lot of it. I just say, this is what we're doing, and okay, they're in. If there's something that we run into that's a crux, that's important, if somebody's trying to do it on your own, we'll let you know. Okay, Dotto got everything all finished up. We opened up the garage door, and we believe everything's completely and fully installed. Basically, all we have to do now is put the bike back together, but we're actually gonna wait to do that because I got the new headlight. So the next video is gonna be a Patreon only video, and we're gonna be installing the stock headlight and putting the whole bike back together. And
the only light that should be on is for the servo motor.
Servo motor, yeah. But once we do the sprint filter and the Bren stage 2 flash, that will take care of all the engine lights.
You want to show them the carbon? Did that off camera.
What? Oh, the yeah, okay, this is pretty funny, guys. This is the new carbon mud guard that comes for this exhaust system. That. Remember how the old one used to come up to here? My suspicion is they're worried about the compression with the suspension right here if you're riding super hard, and they don't want it to come down and hit the mud hugger, as Christina likes to say. So I think that's why it's so small. But yeah, everything's all hooked up. The fans are hooked up. All the O2 sensors are hooked up. Everything's tightened down. We wiped the exhaust down with the patented Dotto Acetone, and we should be all ready to go. You want to do the honors, Dotto?
No. We got the DB killers in.
Yeah, so we're gonna do DB killers in and DB killers out, but we're gonna let this start up. We're gonna let it warm up for a little while. Let's put it in race mode just to get the full experience. It sucks because it does have D-cylinder activation, so we might have to put it in gear and hold it in clutch to actually rev it. But, okay. So there's gonna be some adaptive learning that's gonna need to happen. But it sounds totally different than the underbelly Acra. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let this run for a little bit and just check everything out. And there's stuff that's gonna burn off and everything like that. And then we'll give you guys a few blips. But so far, it sounds like it's canned. The air fuel's all screwed up.
Let me put it in here
Just to see? I don't hear any difference.
It's a little deeper.
Oh, is it? Okay. Alright, we're gonna let it run for a little while, then we'll give you guys some blips. Okay, we'll give you guys some small blips. It's nice and warmed up now. Okay. Wow. Okay, so definitely can tell the air fuel is totally fucked right now on this, which is to be expected. We just completely changed all of it. When we do the filter and flash, we'll do some higher blips and stuff like that, and then we'll do a whole entire episode riding the bike. Well, we're gonna pull these DB killers out right now. They're not that big, as you can see, and I think the other one's even smaller. So, yeah, look at that. I actually like how those look, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you're taking, that takes the middle part out.
That's the middle part, yeah.
Oh, the honeycomb?
Yeah, so now you just get this, which is pretty rad because now look at that. Just wide open, baby. Shoot some flames out of this puppy. See the difference?
Oh man, I kind of like that though.
I know it does look cool, but I don't care. I'm all about sound. So we'll see how it sounds.
Falls in there.
If something falls in there, well, it's gonna get burnt up and shot back out.
A bird can easily go in.
You seen that reel that somebody did? They put popcorn kernels.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get this one pulled out. Looks like it's
really hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't burn yourself, dude. There it is. See, that one's even smaller. So now we got full-on exposure. I gotta say, this exhaust has grown on me. It does sound totally different than the underbelly system. I don't know why. I guess it's totally different pipes. Like, they're routed totally different. They come out in a different spot. All right, you wanna turn it back on?
Yeah.
See how it sounds now? Lower. less annoying, you know? The lower pitch sounds better. Oh shit! Oh my gosh! Dude, this thing is insane. Now we are inside of a garage, so it's gonna be like even louder in here. I have to say, that sounds better than the underbelly exhaust system. What do you think?
It shakes my whole lift, and it has such a deep tone, I can feel it in my chest when I'm revving it. I'm actually really surprised at that tone. It's so deep.
Because Manny's had the DB killers in it. He left his in, yeah, the DB killers, dumbbell killers. That's insane. And it's an insane amount of work.
So once we do the sprint filter and the flash, you can really open things up.
Yeah, we don't want to let it run too much or rev it too much at this point, but that's it. Exhaust is installed. Our $8,200 plus installation, you're looking at $10,000 for this exhaust system on your motorcycle. So, Dado, hell of a job, dude.
Thanks.
That was a lot of work. That was the most intensive exhaust we've ever put on a bike.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot. And some parts don't even have directions. You just got to kind of figure it out yourself. But that's insane. So there it is. I think that's probably the best sounding exhaust I've ever heard on a Panigale. It's insane how good that sounds. And it's only gonna get better as it breaks in, gets filter and flash. It's just gonna sound insane. So there you go, guys. Shout out to Warhorse of Camp Hill. That's where I got this exhaust system. Of course, shout out to Manny from Moto Million. He's sponsoring us. All the carbon is on the way for this bike. So we're about to get test fitting all the carbon and the custom paint scheme coming. Remember, this is gonna be a Lamborghini inspired Ducati Panigale, the first one in the world. You can be entered to win this bike, patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It's always the first link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. There's a ton of great stuff coming. She's getting a bike. He just got a bike. I got a bike coming in a month or two, and summer is here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Summer is still not here, but it's coming, along with everything else. So that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big old juicy thumbs up. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.